I want to give you guys a really good close look idea, kind of what we're doing as a team, other than, we make posts and things of that sort, but there's really a lot going on behind the scenes with this team and kind of what we're doing. And so it's really exciting, guys. And I see a lot of us, we're kind of chasing people over $2 and stuff like that. So one thing I really want to emphasize is the importance, and maybe you've all done it, and hopefully you have, is getting everybody on your team through that 14 course training. Because even if you're a good marketer or whatever, don't worry about it. Just go through the training. I promise you'll pick something up. But also, one thing, I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened this morning. We've got a really big fish on the line. He's the top trainer for network marketing in India, and I've been working with him, and he's coming on with rNetwork. And I spent an hour on a Zoom call with him today, and the majority of the call, I showed him what our team was doing, as opposed to what rNetwork was. I mean, I'd say about 15 minutes of the call, I went over rNetwork. The other 45 minutes, I went over what our team does. And he actually started going like this. He was clapping, he was giving me a thumbs up, he was doing all sorts of stuff, and he got so excited. And he's an MLM trainer, and he's never seen anything like this. He even told me that. He said, holy cow, with what we've got here in India, if I implement what you have there with what you're doing with this team, we can do anything. And I said, exactly. So it's very important to know just how duplicatable the system that we've created is if you use it correctly. One thing I would highly, highly recommend is when you sign somebody up, the very first thing you should send them, other than a welcome email or whatever, is, well, I'd actually send it along with a welcome email, is a team guide. Make sure that every single person on your team has a team guide. And now the other teams are starting to create guides and stuff like that. They're kind of seeing what we're doing, and some of the other members of other teams are starting to do it because they realize how effective it is. Send them a team guide, walk them through it, say, here, start your classes, do that, and you do it, and you drip downline, down line. And what that essentially does is it creates that behavior from the top line down. And we had a harder task because we had thousands of members before we were able to complete all that stuff. But as you build your teams, you do that, and they become very well trained. And what you're doing is you're setting an expectation, which is good. And they'll stay engaged as they're going through the courses. They feel like they're learning, they're developing, and things. And you're going to, in their mind, it becomes more of a real business. And it's not just a fly-by-night, oh, I'll try it for a month and see what happens. No, you've got to set that expectation. When you're on this team, this is what we do. This is how we build. This is how we duplicate. And it makes it a lot more professional. It makes you look a lot better. And what you want to do when you sell, here's a really good nugget for everybody. Sell and promote as a team, not just as an individual. What I mean by that is there's power in numbers. So I'll give you a perfect example. So say I've got a team, I've got 3 people or 5 people or whatever. And if somebody asks me, how many people are on your team? I don't say 3 people. I say right around 8,000 people, because that's what's on our team. Our team has 8,000 people. We're growing. Here's the system we use. Here's that. And you market as a team. And the Revvolutionaries within rNetwork. There's a reason why I'm branding Revvolutionaries along with rNetwork. There's actually a lot of reasons, but one of them is because if we brand as a team and you co-brand as a team, people want to join a team. They want to join something that they feel they can be a part of. They want to join something they feel like that they can better themselves in, they can educate themselves, they can get further in their business. All of that stuff matters. And when I was presenting this to this gentleman this morning, he was literally just, wow, this is incredible, John. He loved it. And again, this comes from a guy with a downline of 450,000 people on his team in India with what he's doing now, and he's implementing this into that to start drawing from that base for rNetwork. So it's a big deal. And when guys like that, give you the thumbs up and clap and stuff like that, it's good because he can see the value in it. And to be able to get that type of an endorsement is really good. And I should tell everybody on this call that that's how important this is, to be able to build like this. I know Laura, and I'll let her share what she did earlier. I think she placed a $10 ad the other day, and it runs for 5 days. And she did it on a brand new page. And all it was is basically an ad endorsing the team and the ability to build a network marketing company. And she had a lead come in really quickly on a brand new page and things. There are millions, not thousands, but millions of people online looking for ways to increase their business, looking for ways to bring more money to themselves, their families through an online opportunity. The majority of the people on online aren't making money. It's just a fact. And now we do know our network's different. It's unique. There's ways to make money business to business. There's ways to make money through consumer, whatever, through charter members, through fans, and all that kind of stuff. But the best way, again, with what we're doing is if we can reach out to these people who are not with our network, who have kind of a tougher road with some of the products and services, and we say, hey, look, go in there. Like I said, I've said this in a class before, go onto LinkedIn, go in and join as many of these groups as you can, network marketing groups, and just start talking to people. Do not try to recruit them at all. Just start talking to them. Start mentioning things on their posts. Start following them. Start do all this kind of stuff just for a little while, just to build a rapport, just build a couple of friendships in those groups, and just do that and just kind of go back and forth, and then slowly drip and just say, oh, well, here's what I do. And what I do is I help people build teams. So what I do is I've plugged it into a duplicatable system. What I do, I'm in a team that duplicates. I'm this. We teach people how to make money in network marketing. We teach people how to be more effective in network marketing. This is what we do. And you say, I would like to share some information with you on how we do it. No strings attached, that kind of thing. And watch how many people come to you. It will attract people. And what you're doing is you're not chasing your friends and family. I always tell people, the last people I signed up in our network was actually my family members. And the reason being is that they weren't network marketers. I was interested in finding people online and finding network marketers, people in the business, because I knew they would build a business. This made sense to me, and that's one of the reasons the teams has grown as fast as it is because we have a lot of people up towards the top that are network marketers, and that's what they do. And we had to attract a lot of those network marketers, say, by putting together this type of a dynamic team, and obviously our network with the opportunity, things of that sort. But in those classes, we teach people how to find network marketers, not just an average person who has never done it or someone who's tried it once and quit. You want as many network marketers on your team as you can get. And the beautiful thing about it is, and my friend Dave, who may be on this call, he shared that testimonial the other day, and I loved it, the gold rush. And he said, he only personally sponsored 16 people. 16 people. You don't have to go out and personally sponsor thousands. You just get a few core people, and your team can start growing and growing, because those core people will help you duplicate quickly, because they'll do what we do, and they'll train and they'll develop, and you can also take your average people and make them leaders, make them builders through what we're doing. But you got to tell people every time you recruit somebody in to look, this is my expectation of you, and what is your expectation of me? And let's do a plan, and let's do this together, and let's build. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a lot of value for yourself by asking that question. What's your expectation of me? And here's my expectation of you. And this is what we're going to do to duplicate. And you tell them, every time you bring somebody in, you find somebody, do the same thing I did for you. Give them the guide, put them through the training. Do that over and over and over and over again. And I promise you, your teams will start growing faster as people do it. But you got to do it from day one, the beginning. Because if you go back to your teams months later, it's harder to get them plugged in, because half of them are already halfway out the door mentally or whatever. So you've got to do that right from day one. Set those expectations. So that's really cool. I'm going to show you some cool stuff tonight. what we're doing, let me do this really quick, pull up a couple screens. I'm going to have Laura. And Laura, if you're there, if you want to unmute really quick while I'm setting this up, if you want to kind of tell them about the ad you placed and the effectiveness of it this early, which is really cool, go ahead and feel free to unmute yourself if you're on the call while I'm setting this up.
Do you mind if you can I go ahead and share my screen? Is that okay?
Yeah, give me 1 second because I was, yeah, that's fine. I was going to share my screen, but you can share yours. So let me do this real quick. Let's do this remote control. I'll give you the remote control here. And that's a scary thought. I'm giving Laura my remote control access. Okay, here we go. All right, you've got the remote and you should be able to, let me go stop share. Okay, you should be able to share your screen.
There we go. Okay, so you can hear me okay, right?
Yep.
Okay, so so like John was saying, I did create a business, a Facebook business page, and I hadn't really used it, and I hadn't really promoted it yet. And John and I have been working on social media for the team pages, and so I posted a couple of ads or a couple of just posts in the LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and this is one of them that I went ahead and I posted just a couple of days ago. And then I also had posted this one as well a few days prior to that. So I think it was yesterday that I decided that I would go ahead and I would post this on my page, and I would go ahead and I would just test the market. I had like 9 likes on my Facebook group business page. And so I thought, well, let's just see what happens with a $10 ad. And I started that yesterday. And like John said, all I did, I mean, okay, so let's see, where is that? That's not the right post. Hang on just a minute. This right here. So this is the post. Now what this link is, so it's not linked to anything to do with our pages that would promote us. What this link is a testimonial. That's it. And so when people are viewing this as it's being promoted, all they get to do is just look on this and they get to see all of these things that our team gets, the bonuses. So when I woke up this morning, voila, you know, I had a lead, someone saying, hey, can you share with me what your business is? Well, mind you, there is no information. We're not really even talking about, I mean, there is a little bit of a website that's mentioned here, but I'm not really talking about anything as far as our network. But on this link down here, I really wanted to just kind of emphasize that what we're trying to do is make it really easy for you to be able to just mimic what we do. And so this portion is, so I actually had somebody reach out to me. This is basically talking about why network marketers fail. And so, there's no strings attached. There's no mention of our network in this, and no links at all. And I mentioned to someone that they can just copy this and post it in another network marketing group, or they could, you know, a mom's group, or wherever they felt like they could share it with, or maybe just someone in general. And they said, yes, but the only thing is it scares me because they don't know what to provide for it. What the answer would be when they got back to them to be able to,
yeah, sorry, Laura, you got remote. Say, whoever, if they would mute themselves, I can't because you've got the remote access.
Okay, all right. So so anyway, so they said, well, I don't have the right information for it. But the thing is that just a few days before, John had given the answer for this. And so if you go to, you want to be able to say, you know, you're offering your expertise. And you want to be able to go to our page right here, our Facebook group, and you go into the files section if somebody responds to that. And this is what you send, is this. and you would want to send this. Now this link is really cool. I mean, it's got 3 hours of embedded videos in it, but it's also a slide presentation that talks all about our team. And so that's the gift that you're gonna, it's called, you know, my gift to you. And that's what you're gonna be given to them. But you just give them the link and you tell them that they have to download it to their computer in order to receive it. And once again, this link has no mention whatsoever of our network, none. And so that just builds that curiosity like John's been talking about. And so by doing that, or even by sharing this type of an ad, all you're doing is just creating curiosity. And in this area up here where you would post something, you would basically just post your expertise, not as though you're John. I was talking to Nicole today over at John's house, and I said, just post it like you are John. Act like you're John, because we are all on the same page. And so you would want to say something like, you know, I've built a team of thousands of people. You know, I'm more than happy to help anyone else. You know, how frustrated you are with other people getting abandoned by their uplines. Just something that you would want to put in there and put into another group. And so that's what we're trying to build here by utilizing our team pages through Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, to be able to make it more generic for you guys, just to be able to take what we do, copy it, put on your pages, and or in different groups, and be able to benefit from what we're doing, so that we're all working together as a team. That's pretty much it.
No, perfect, awesome. And then if you want to go ahead and take off the screen share so I can share my screen.
Yep. Yep.
Just go ahead and click stop screen. Stop screen share at the top. There you go. So awesome. So anyway, one thing you can do as well is you go in there and you can say we a lot, not just we. You know, this, we help people duplicate. We help people do this. We help people do that. Because we sounds powerful. Sounds bigger. Sounds bad. And it's the truth. That's exactly what we do. Our team is growing like a weed because we do help people duplicate, and it's very effective. And we're in the very early stages of this. What I want to emphasize here in 9 days, guys, 9 days, we are at the cusp of what I believe will be the largest network marketing company ever. I honestly believe that with all my heart, because of what they've put together and what is being put together right now. I can tell you right now, excuse me, the banks are done. Banks are done as far as they just had a couple that had old systems that they were using that they have to go in there and fly out there and basically update them. And then they roll it out. That's it. All the heavy lifting's been done. They've been purchased. All that's been done. The approvals, all that kind of stuff. I mean, and with RPay, you had to imagine we had to get RPay done first as far as to be able to move money around. We had to get RPay approved in all 50 states. We had to get RPay approved here and in this country and that one and this one and that one. And that's why sometimes we say, hey, it's coming out in September, October, because we're told that's what's going to happen by the people making the approvals, and then they sit on it for a month. And then this guy signs it and then sends it to this lady who sends it to this guy, says it, and then he or she signs it, and then it sits again. And then they sign it, then it sits again. And we had a lot of that going on. And so those are the types of delays that you don't see. And we have a bunch of armchair quarterbacks saying, oh, wait, you know what the heck? This is no. But what you need to understand, until you've gone through that process, it's not good to guess, because that's all you're doing is guessing. And we can't really come out and say what's going on with this is this, because we're waiting. We're working with legislators and all that. And it's a big task. But the cool thing is, guys and gals and everybody, all the heavy stuff's been lifted. All this, it's so flippin' excited. What we're trying to do and why we do calls like this, guys, it's crucial to get your teams ready for what I call a big push, to get them trained. If everyone really truly understood at what level we're going to market for this team, what we're going to do through Fusion, and how it's going to hit, how big it's going to be, I believe people would be jumping off buildings to join this team, okay, to be ready for what is about to come. Okay, let me kind of put it this way. I'm having lunch with Todd Noel, who is the owner of Fusion, Marcus, his vice president of sales, and 2 of the board members for Make-A-Wish on Tuesday. And Todd Knoll, the CEO of Fusion, wants this to work so desperately, so badly, because of what we want to do with Make-A-Wish, as well as not us just being a client, but because his heart is with Make-A-Wish. And he absolutely loves what he does there, and he knows how much money this could potentially raise for Make-A-Wish. So he is doing everything in his power. In fact, I was talking to him the other day, and he beefed up what he's going to do for us on the SEO side and everything, and didn't even charge us. He took us to the next level and charged us. He didn't even raise it because he said, "John, I want this to work for you bad. And so when we talk about leads coming, February, March, April, whenever, it takes about 4 to 6 months on Google to bring it, to get you on the page 1 rankings where you stay on page 1 rankings. What I mean by that is you can do video, you can do different things in your area, your zip code, your little code, and it all depends on a lot of different things, who else is running it, all that kind of stuff, the competition. But we want to get on page 1 of Google all over. And we want to stay on page 1 on Google 24/7, not 1 hour a day, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. That takes longer, but it's a lot more effective, because then you're up there, and then there you are, boom, there you are, and you search. And it's not just our network. It's our pay, our network, revvcard, our bank, and anything else we decide to roll in there, our auto, or this, or that. We want to dominate all of the searches, not 1 or 2, all of the searches. As they add more things, we want to dominate those. And so what we want to do is, when these leads come out, we anticipate that the leads will be a lot more than what a few people can handle. Let's put it that way. And that's why it's essential to go through these classes, so we can just flood leads. So what we're doing here on this website, I don't want to click sign up. Please, nobody click sign up on this website, because there's 52 links already in here, 52 or 53, whatever it is. And anytime somebody clicks sign up, now out of those thousands of searches, some people might like what they see on the site. And once corporate does their website on the 14th, they enhance it. We're going to meet with Fusion on the 16th and enhance our Fusion website. And we're going to put some of the new stuff on there. We're always going to stay right on pace with corporate. So if people click on sign up and they sign up, somebody somewhere on this team is going to get a sign up. And what they're going to do is they're going to fill in, and once they get 10 people, we're going to take those links out, put new links in, and they get signups, and they get signups. Now, truth be told, we all know this, there'll be more leads than signups, because for every maybe 50 people who click on, say if 50 people want information, maybe 1 or 2 of them will sign up before they get information. The majority of the people will want information first. Some will click sign up, some will click request more information. When they click on request more information, it pulls this up right here. It says get in touch, and it's all professional, and they just put their full name, email, phone number. We've already had a couple leads come in, and we haven't even ranked yet. We've already had some. It's already working. Okay, and so not many, but because we haven't ranked yet, but it works. And please don't go in there and fill it out, because then I get the email, and then I have to look and see if they're in our network. I've had our network members fill it out. One person put test, and I wrote back, yes, it works. But it's just I have to look up each person. But I received that email, and then we just dispersed the leads through the people who invested in this, which is your upline. It's somebody in your upline, because they're all 3 underneath me. These leads are dispersed out to with the leads I get 25%, and then 25% goes to everyone else. 75% is given to 3 other people, but I will give my 25% of the leads to the people who have completed the courses. That's it. If they're not out there doing ready, because the way I look at it, I don't want to hand out leads if people can't close them, if they're not prepared because they haven't done anything. It's not fair, and it's not fair to the people who did do it and worked and put time and effort. And then you can take those and you can sign them up and put your link in it, your team's link, whoever, it doesn't matter. But anybody's link in there, follow up with the lead, you're more prepared to close them. And the cool thing is, once we generate enough income upline to do this. Then we go to the next level. The next level is dominating YouTube. We want to dominate YouTube as well and drive tons of traffic. But when you look what we're doing here, we've got our Facebook page for team, and this is not our group page. This is a totally different page. Everybody should go on there, like this page, and give a 5-star rating. We've got our Twitter, we've got Instagram, and we've got our YouTube page. They're all linked to this. Then on top of that, we've got our blog, and on our blog, we've already signed up. I don't know if it's been attached yet, but it will. It will be. So we've got the blog right there, and on the blog we've got the sorry, the Pinterest and the others. So Twitter right there, Facebook, and we're going to have all these on the 16th. All these will be linked as well. So we're going to be running a tremendous amount of social media. We're going to be doing all this kind of stuff, and you kind of look at the blog right here, and as the blogs are posted and everything, and we're ranked on Google, there's 10 different ways to things you need to do to be ranked on Google. 9 more than just videos. We do all 10. We do everything from the blogs to the articles to the linking to the link building to the fixing broken links to the videos to the content, the type of content Google looks for. We are dealing with a professional agency that is exceptionally good at SEO. These guys are very, very good at it. And now think of the next stage, guys. Think of the next stage. What happens when the bank comes out and then we get to run tons of leads through the bank side? Is what I mean by that. rBank. Sign up to open up your bank account. We can run tons of stuff for fans. We can put fans under people. We can, click here, get your free bank account in your card that saves you money. And we can run tons of campaigns just for fans, just for you guys. Then when the metal card comes out, order your metal card today. We're already going to rank. So you should see where this is going. If we're already ranked number one towards the top on revvcard, we're already ranked on rbank, we're already ranked number one on all that. When all these ancillary things come out, we're already ranked because we started months ago. So when all this stuff comes out, boom, order your card here. Who's going to pop up? Bam, bam, and look how professional this looks. Would you like to be able to get leads like this and give them to your team members when they've seen stuff like this? When they've seen how professional this is? You don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel. You don't have to go out and do everything. You can use anything we do too. You can use our stuff. We don't care. And everything we're doing too, if you've noticed lately, we've been putting Revvolutionaries and a lot of things. We're branding the Revvolutionaries like crazy right now, because on top of everything else is going to be our affiliation with Make-A-Wish. So what we're going to do with Make-A-Wish is easy. It's simple. It's a campaign I came up with. I called Todd. I talked to him. He absolutely loved it. And I had a little conversation with one of the gentlemen at Make-A-Wish. He loved it. So we're going to lunch, and the more we save, the more wishes we grant. Boom. The more we save, the more wishes we grant. And then they're going to be able to put us in situations where we can go into places with thousands of people standing there granting a wish as a revolutionary of our network. Think of the exposure. Think of the positive exposure. The PR that we're going to get from this is phenomenal. And then we're going to set something up in our back office in the Facebook pages and everything, and we're going to share the wishes we granted. So we're going to have a whole page on just not page, but a section in there on granting wishes, and we're going to be able to see the kids and everything, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing, and people love to gravitate to stuff like this, and it's going to give us a ton of credibility, and then being able to use their logo in our team marketing. The Revolutionaries of our network, proud sponsors of Make-A-Wish Foundation. On and on and on and on. Okay, on top of that, again, the SEO we're running. Now we're going to have our bank. It rolls out, boom. Like I said, we're already at top. RevVcard, we're already at top. Are this, are that, we're on top, we're on top, we're on top. And then all of a sudden we turn around and do the same thing on YouTube and everything else. And as we increase our team size and we increase our team budget, we go out and do more, and we do more, and we do more. And that's why it's essential we get ourselves trained We train our team. So now, not only are we making, what are the training classes doing? Well, gosh, I don't know. They're making you better prospectors. They're making you better presenters. They're making you better closers. We have a full hour on just how to get people to show up to an event, what to say, what not to say. How do I get a person on a call if I've never talked to them? How do I approach them? What do I say? What all that stuff, it's all in those trainings. We cover every single aspect of sales in those. That's why there's 14 of them. And so just the fact that they go through the training, they should be better, more confident, and your team's going to grow. The best trained team will be the winning team in any organization. I don't care what it is. The best trained team will be the biggest team. It will. It always works out that way. And that's what we're doing with this team. And we're giving you all this kind of stuff. And the beautiful thing about this is the upline's paying for all this. You don't even have to pay for it. All you have to do is show up to class and then teach your team how to show up to class. And by having your team show up to class, guess what you're doing? You're essentially actually going to build a bigger team just by default, just by doing that. You know, with the team guide and all this kind of stuff they're doing. But you check out these blogs and everything. We hit on everything. Will everybody read the blogs? No. Will some people? Yes. But Google recognizes it. They look at this. Google has what they do is they grade. They're the decision makers who goes where, right? Who's ranked where because of this or because of that. They're the ones that make the end-all decision. Unless somebody's doing all of this stuff that we're doing and constantly working on month after month, we're doing more videos, we're doing blogs, we're doing all sorts of stuff. They're not going to compete with us. It's not going to happen. They may be able to still talk for a couple hours every once in a while here and there, but to consistently stay up there, it's not going to happen. And that's why it's so cool what we're doing with Fusion. It's a big, big deal. They anticipate seeing a lot of these leads really starting to come in around March or really April. But I think you'll start seeing some trickle in February, March, and a lot come April. And then after that, it could be thousands. Because really, think of how big this company gets. What happens when this company has 100,000 members out there and they're all screaming rNetwork? They're all screaming RevCard. Right now, we're at 12,000 or 13,000 or whatever it may be. Wait till we're 100,000. Everybody's promoting rNetwork. How many Google searches is that? What happens when we're at 500,000 members? How many Google searches is that? How many people are searching on YouTube for rNetwork, RevCard, rbank, all this? The math becomes staggering, guys. We dominate the SEO, and we're trained and we're equipped to take these leads. And then we have the bank, we have a card, we have all this credibility. The bank is going to say rbank sponsored by X or powered by X. I spoke with Richard the other day. He confirmed they are going to put that. I'm going to see him again tomorrow. But anyway, guys, this is this is so darn exciting. But the next couple months is crucial for us as leaders to get to our teams. I like to use the example of Pavlov and the dogs and the bells and everything. And, you know, I say this, a lot of this stuff over and over and over again, because when I look at how many people were watching the trainings, about 300 people. Well, we have 8,000 people on the team, or roughly like 7,970, something, whatever it is, almost 8,000. So we should have thousands of people who watch those trainings, not 300, not 400. So that's why until we see thousands and thousands of people watching those trainings, we're going to keep repeating this message, because we got to get that behavior. We got to get that, the word's got to be put out there. And because, again, the more people on your team that do it, the faster your team's going to grow. It's just that, it's really that true. And plus, they're dedicated. They're obviously more dedicated if they're going through these, and they're going to become better. They're flat out going to become better. I mean, these were written by a gentleman who's made 7 figures in this industry. How many of us on this call have made 7 figures in MLM? Think about it. So you're always wanting to pick people's brains. So he wrote it. I teach him through, I put in my 2 cents or whatever, and I personalize it over to rNetwork. The next training series we're going to do is how to get past gatekeepers and how to successfully go to businesses and bring them in, because that's coming very, very shortly. And so here it is, the 14th, 9 days away. New products, new website, all sorts of different things. Some things, I believe there's something for internationals. Don't quote me on that, but I believe there was. If it's not the 14th, like Dave said, it could be a couple days after. So finally, internationals will have. Corporate's very well aware of everything that's going on. They have their finger on the pulse of this more than you may realize, and they're just working through all the different things. But there are some substantial things coming right now. What I call this the quiet time, but it's the most important time. It's the time to hone your skills, to train, to develop, and get your base of people, and go online and start trying some of this stuff out. Start just putting yourself out there a little bit. Go and do this, and don't just go on your personal Facebook and say, oh, here you go. I mean, do other things and just get out there and learn and go to the 25 places that we talked about, one of the trainings on where to get people and all that. I mean, start pushing yourself a little more, because the more you do that, what if you only sign up 1 or 2 people before the leads come? But guess what? Look how much better you are now. What if you heard 20 no's? So what? You're getting better. So when the leads come, you're more prepared for them. That's the key. That's the secret. Because I believe the leads will come, and we're just going to disperse them out. Say, here you go, here you go, here you go. Because we want to fill a matrix. So the only way to fill a matrix is to disperse them out, put them out there. So again, it's a two-way thing. So some of the links will be embedded in the website for the people that click sign up. They will be taken out, rotated in, and it just, as the line goes, that's how they rotate. So there's no people like, oh, put me in. Well, whenever it's your turn, you just go. It's just automatically just going to take the next like that. But then on the leads, again, the leads will just be given out to those people that I notice, okay, hey, they're taking the classes, they're engaged, or this. They earned those leads, right? They earned the right to work those leads, and give them. And the cool thing is, if your upline gets leads, and then it trickles down to you, wonderful, great. Because I'll give them to this person will give them that. It just kind of trickles down because they'll fill it up. And that's what we want to do. And then again, the businesses, that's a whole other beast. We'll work on marketing for that. There will be handouts. There will be PDFs. There will be marketing material to go into businesses with. Don't worry about it. I get called almost every day. Hey, I want to talk to this company owner, and I say, wait. Don't talk to them too much yet, unless you have a personal relationship with them. And the reason being is because we don't have enough information to give them yet. So I don't want to go in there and get them all excited and then say, well, wait, hold on. Or we can't answer certain questions because we don't have the answers yet. We don't know what they are. This stuff's just being developed. It's being put together. And so until corporate puts something in our hands that's tangible that we can look at, and we won't know the answers to these questions. And that's why I don't like taking so many calls with all these business owners yet, because we don't have enough. And we don't want to confuse the process. We don't want to confuse them, because you have one shot at a lot of these guys. So go in there fully prepared and say, all right, let's go ahead. And again, unless it's a personal relationship or whatever. And I made a post or a point the other day on our teams. I've had a lot of people, and we have people on our teams, and we need to kind of get in their faces a little bit, not in a rude way, but just to listen. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to get going, because look, we launch in 9 days. And the bank's going to be very shortly behind. Because again, all we have to do with the bank is, get some programming caught up to, they're in the Stone Age, a couple of them, not all of them, but a couple of the locations were. And so we just bring them up, and they don't think it's going to take them that long to do that. So they'll get them back up to where they're using the net chain squared technology that Trent owns, and they're going to bring those banks up to par, and they're going to launch a banks. We're that close, guys. And so it's not months out. The bank's not months out. That's what I love about it. I mean, it's literally right here. So we launch what we have on the 14th, we get it, we roll the bank out, we onboard people, and again, all the SEO, look what I'm doing. I kind of tried to time the SEO with when everything's going to hit. Now, it looks like the bank's going to hit before the SEO, which is great. That's great. But once that hits and we get all that, just think about potential here, guys, with what we're doing, with this marketing and with this branding and all this stuff we're doing. There is definitely a method behind the madness. I promise you there is. And it's going to be significant. And we are attracting a lot of leaders because they see what we're doing and just wait till we start having more and more exposure. We're going to keep attracting more and more leaders, and we want you to learn to do what we do to attract these leaders, and this is the kind of stuff we do. This is how we're attracting it. We go to them with what our team does. Our team comes first, and our network comes behind it. Because, again, to them, they've never seen a team do anything like this. They just haven't, because teams don't do this. This isn't normal. But this is professional marketing. This is what professional marketing looks like. This is what it feels like. And this is how you build massive teams. Because this is what big companies do. We think of our team as a company within the company. That's essentially what we've done. That's what we're becoming. We're becoming a company within the company. And it's great. And people are seeing it. They're thinking, oh gosh, I got to be a part of that. Because they're thinking, man, it's going to make my life a lot easier to plug into this and just use this, as opposed to trying to recreate everything. And a lot of people don't even know how to recreate it all. So that's good too, because it tells them, well, I don't even need to think about that. Here it is, you know. So plugging into our trainings and things like that. So I just want to kind of give you all of that stuff that we've got. I mean, this is this is big, guys. So let me go through, just make sure there's any questions in here. I'm just kind of going through. Okay, most people just comments. Okay, so yes, you guys are right. This is very, very exciting. This is, I mean, my goal, again, you know, at minimum 1 million charter members this year, minimum 1 million, and at least 10 million fans in 2020. That's the goal. And I honestly believe we can get there. I really, really do, especially when this stuff kicks in. So the fact that you guys took some time out on a Sunday evening to be on this call, that's awesome. That tells me a lot. I mean, it's really, it's a big message to me. I'm seeing all these names on here, and that's wonderful. And again, just get with your teams and really plug them into what we're doing. Get a plan together. What I would do is I would find out who on your team kind of works, or whatever, who they are, what areas they're in, and start mapping out where they're going to go. Get a list of companies that they're going to go to and hold them accountable. Hey, who are you going to bring in? What companies are you going to sign up? Who are you going to help with payroll and marketing? And start taking those names, even though the bank's not out yet, because it is coming out soon enough where you can start doing this kind of stuff, and just get them kind of thinking, get them through the classes. Here's your plan. How are you going to make your money? Where are you going to place your stake? You know, where are you going to put your flag and say, all right, what's your niche in this going to be? My niche is network or online marketing, is what you can say. What's your niche? Are you a presenter? Are you a closer? What are you good at? Are you comfortable doing this, that? Where can you fit into this team? And if you can do that and help identify those leaders, then that is great teamwork, and that's how you build, because one person, it's very rare where you find one person that knows how to do all of it, that can market, that can train, that can develop, that can sell, that can close, that can present, that can do all of it in one. There's not that many people that do all of it. So they're hard to find. So you need to find the people, their strengths in your team, and help them with their niche, get them really good at it, and then help them commit to do their niche. Then you find someone else, whether they're in your upline, downline, because you notice upline helps each other a lot on this team. And so you develop that core, and then everybody does their part, and then you're more effective. You're stronger that way. You're a unit, and you're going to grow a lot faster doing it that way. So you got to drill down and kind of talk to your team and say, hey, who wants to do what? What are we doing this week as a team? What is the movement we're going to make this week as a team? I'm going to do this. You're going to do that. You all do that kind of stuff, right? So what I'm trying to do, my job is to try to make your job a lot easier. And I can promise you this, I can promise you this too. Not even make your job doing. I do the stuff myself. I do three-way calls. I do presentations. I do closing calls. I do everything I'm talking about. I do myself. I promise you. So I'm not asking you to do anything that I haven't done. Okay, I go market online. I do all this stuff. I've been there and done that. I'm just trying to teach everybody how you can do it as an individual and as a team. And think in your head, when you make your plans each week and you get up Monday mornings or Sunday night or whatever it may be. Think of what you're going to do that week, and again, get your team committed to it. Everybody on your team. Okay, you keep telling me you want me to help you get your 3. Well, what are you going to do this week? And what am I going to do to help you? And let's go one level above us in this upline, and let's get his or her help. And let's create this week for ourselves, and let's help you get your 3 people. What's our plan? How are we going to do it? Right? And you work together to make that happen. And then once you do that, again, get them the team guide, put them in the trainings, and then the same thing. What's your plan next week, and the next week, and the next week? Treat it like a business, just like that, and you'll watch it just boom, 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 boom. And I'm telling you that this thing is going to be amazing. So, but I just want to kind of share that with you guys. I'm extremely ecstatic of what they're rolling out on the 14th. I'm not going to get into what it is. I can't, so don't even try. I don't even know all of it. I know some things, but not all of them. And so I'll hopefully be pleasantly surprised myself. I think I know what it is, but I'm not 100%. 9 days I can be quiet, so that's good. And but I can tell you, with Dave keeps mentioning their new website and stuff. Yeah, I'm very excited about that and things. And you can use that to close. It's going to be a great. I believe that new website is going to be a great closing website, which is phenomenal. Corporate's really stepping it up, so to help you a lot. And what's so cool is I think that because of what we've done on our team, corporate's kind of adopted some of it. and we go back and forth, and we get ideas from each other a lot. And I love it because we have so many like-minded thinkers in this from all over, from top, middle, bottom. And you've noticed how much we're willing to share with each other to build this thing out. It feels different, right? Doesn't it? It feels different than any other network marketing company. And it's supposed to be, that's why it's called rNetwork, not my network or your network. It's our network, our bank, our this, our that. So everything we do, we want to share it. We want to just put it out there and say, guys, this is how you succeed. And the cool thing is the compensation plan encourages us to do that anyway. That's another thing I love about this company, is we get our 10 or whatever, and that's it. We don't need anybody else. We don't need to go out and get 50, 60 sponsors under one person. You don't need that. You need, here's 10 or maybe a couple more for cushion or whatever. But if you can help your 10 get their 3, we all know that, then obviously they'll get their $56, whatever it is a month. But I'm telling you right now, where you're going to get killer retention, like I said, is the companies going through those trainings, learning to close. When I spoke with the gentleman today, I said, look, I was talking about the fans. I said, man, go out there in India, wherever you're at, go get 50 companies signed up. Go sign up a bunch of companies, get their employees on. I said, is that worth $50 a month? And he just started laughing. He was like, yeah, of course that's worth $50 a month. I said, there you go. That by itself is like another, you can almost make 3 or 4 different network marketing companies into this one. You can do a network marketing company just on the travel. You can do just one on the phones and a couple of things or the perks. You can do one just solely for the businesses. You could literally probably take 4 or 5 different network marketing companies. By the time we roll everything out, you can probably take 4 or 5 easy and do different marketing companies, one for this one. But we have it all in one, which is phenomenal. And it's important for our teams, our inactives, and everybody to really understand what we're looking at. Were there delays? Of course there were. They should have been expected. They always happens, especially with what we had to do. But I can tell you, like I said, Scouts Honor, heavy lifting's done. It's done. All that. I mean, these guys are ecstatic because they know what they're sitting on now, and they're almost like breathing like a sigh of relief because all the hard stuff is done as far as to get the bank out there and that kind of stuff. The plastic card comes first, like we said, with the swipes. The metal card comes when we hit a certain number of people because of the cost of that technology. I can tell you right now, the metal card, REVVcard is coming. That is a certainty because they can't get the insurance for the crypto exchange without that metal card. They have to have it. They have to have the REVVcard and the security in the card to do what they want to do on the crypto side. And we're not going to really talk about the crypto side or go into that because that's, you know, after the card or whatever. But I'm just giving you an idea. Everything happened in steps and phases, and this step had to be done and complete before this step even started, and da 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 da. And they've come a long way. So for everybody, you're in the right place at the right time. So let me do this really quick before I wrap it up. Let me take a few questions, and you know, marketing or whatever. And I've got about 8 minutes or so. I'll go ahead and end the call and have everybody get back to the night. So if anybody wants to unmute really quick, ask a question, now's the time. Not everybody at once, that's fine. And if not, like I said, but I just want to give everybody an idea of what we're doing as well, and kind of see the bigger picture of what we're doing as a team, because this thing is, like I said, there's a lot of work. There has been a lot of man hours, a lot of time, effort, and stuff behind the scenes to build what you're about to see here shortly. And you guys will know when the SEO hit, like, you know, when everything ranks and stuff. You believe me.
John,
Yes.
I have a question. This is Irene.
Yes.
This has to do with the enrollment. I have someone trying to enroll somebody. During the process, it was not processed correctly, and he's not able to enroll anymore. What shall we do?
I would contact support and just let them know and what the and who it is and what they're trying to do. Just because, I mean, the thing is, because sometimes people reach out to me in support, and I love to help them, but the problem is I don't have access. So I can't look at anybody's account. I can't go back in there. I can't look at the back office. I have zero. And so I don't want to sound like I'm brushing people off, because I'm not, because I can't. So the best thing is just go to support, submit a ticket. I think they gave us a new link. Sometimes they're only getting a few. They're not getting as many tickets anymore, so they're getting back to people a lot faster. Just tell people to check their email and their spam. And you have to go through, when you go to support, it's a different, you don't go to support at rNetwork.io. What you do is you go to the bottom of the website and you click on support, and it gives you, it's rNetwork.io, rNetwork.io/FAQ. And you got to go through that link, and they'll get back to you faster.
So, I did that.
Awesome.
John?
Yes.
This is Brian Lanza. Can we, when you do things for different phases of the machine, like for pets, mortgages, or whatever, can we have different links for each one? So when you advertise, you could advertise one with one link, another, the mortgage with one link, pets with another link, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the easiest way to do that, honestly, is if you go to the website and you click on products and services. So, for example, you go to the corporate website. Let me pull it up real quick. Give me a second. My computer's being. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So let me share this screen right here. So I'll go to rNetwork.io. I click on products and services, and then if I was marketing whatever it may be, say for example, our autos. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. So what I would do is I'd go to that section of the website and send them that link, the our autos, and then to learn more, you click on there. I think a PDF pulls up or whatever. So I just send them, because the link right at the top right here. So if they want more information, send them this PDF or just send them a link. Now, again, granted, on the 14th, the website's going to completely change. So it'll be a different link. So here in about 9 days. And I would just say, hey, I'm marketing this particular service, and you're going to find it on this page, rNetwork.io/products, as opposed, because that takes them right to whatever it is you're marketing, right?
Well,
So,
everybody's website have the extension of their link on their website to identify who's.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You'll have your little your identifier number right there, your ID number. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, John, George Hudak.
Yes.
Do we have any information on for the 14th? We're going to have the website out, And I'm taking it there's going to be some kind of a call or a big.
Yeah, they're gonna discuss it tomorrow, so we should know. I think Dave is gonna announce it either tomorrow or Tuesday. I know they're gonna discuss it and get with the leaders tomorrow and let us know, so we can let our team know, and then he'll go out on. Because I don't know if they're going to do all of it via a call or if they're gonna have people at the office or what. I don't know. I don't think they've decided exactly how they're gonna do it yet, but it is definitely launching on the 14th. There's no delays. There's no it's happening on the 14th, so I'm very excited. But I don't know if that's going to be a, you know, in person or if they're going to get a hotel and do it in a bigger room or if they're just going to do it all over the phone or what. I do know that they do plan on doing a big convention here very shortly as well after this initial one to do. It's like it's will be launched, so it'll be a convention as opposed to called launch, but they're going to do a convention. I believe it's in Las Vegas. I think it is. So they'll do this first, and then once we get more traction, because they believe what's going to happen is they don't want to go do a big convention now because they won't fill it yet on the launch, right? And so they're like, hey, it made more sense economically, and just, you know, I mean, it's just, let's get this stuff rolled out. Let's officially launch. Let's get a bunch of people in. Let's roll the bank out. Let's do all this stuff. Let's get all these people in, and then let's do a big, huge convention, because then we'll bring thousands of people into it. So I think that's kind of what the thought process was. And but tomorrow at some point, they should have that decision made on how they're going to launch it on the 14th, and then they will share it through our Rise Up or whatever. Dave will get up there and let us all know,
Okay.
and we'll let you guys know as well.
John,
Yes.
when are you having the next training that you had mentioned?
The training for business to business has to be created. So because we're still trying to figure out exactly what our network's going to do, so it's hard for us to finish it until we know what they're, you know, exactly what it looks like, right? It makes sense. So
Yes.
we don't know what it looks. So Steve and I are going to work on it together. We've already talked a couple times, and so, and the cool thing is now Steven was he trained the largest producing team over at Aflac. And a lot of that was, you know, business to business, going into businesses and stuff. And I've had a lot of success B2B myself. And so it's going to be fun creating that with him, because you've got two guys that have done it, you know, different ways. So you're going to get my take and his take on that. And you're going to get two guys who've had a lot of success with B2B marketing and knocking on doors and all that kind of stuff. So I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with what we put together. But we're kind of stuck completing all of it until we know what we're offering the businesses exactly, like in detail. So we have to kind of wait for some details to come out, and then we'll be able to finish it, and then we'll offer it to the team.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Hey, this is Derek Johnson. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I had a lot of success with business to business and knocking on doors, and I love your site, and I'm working on something presently, and I wanted to know, can I incorporate, you know, the Revvolutionaries and things like that in your blog? Can we incorporate that with what we have?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. You can
So
use anything we do. So let me kind of tell you what I've done. And I think Dave alluded it to the other day with people, because some people are like, how is John able to do all this marketing and that and get it approved so quickly and all that kind of stuff? So what I did is I streamlined I streamlined everything. I don't know if you noticed that, but I try to make things easier. So what I did is I contacted the compliance, and we have something called Monday. It's a program, and then we've got a Dropbox. And what I did is I CC'd compliance, and I went into corporate, and I had everything approved. I said, look, we're going to create 4 videos a month through Fusion, and then, you know, my son and I will do some as well. We're going to have 8 blogs. We're going to do 8 articles. I told them exactly what we're doing as far as how much content, And I said, I don't want these held up for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or whatever, and waiting. So I got all the specifics on, and I worked on this for months, guys. I went back and went through all their processes, what we can do, what we can say, what we can't say. I learned it inside and out. what our network should look like, what the logo should. I went through all that kind of stuff. And then I said, all right. So I said, I don't want to slow this down. Plus, we're spending a lot of money on this. So please help get it through compliance quickly. So what happened is every time every time Fusion creates something, it's dropped into that Dropbox file, and compliance can see it at real time, just like I can see it at real time. So I get the nod. Okay, yes, looks good, and they know they're looking for 8 blogs, 8 articles. They know what they're looking for every month, and so that's how I'm able to produce so many things so quickly and stay on compliance. And then obviously there's the general stuff, like if I post something in my Facebook page and stuff, I've been very well versed on what I can say, what I can't say, and so I can just make those posts without any worries or whatever. But everything I post on here in my Fusion stuff, all this kind of stuff, you guys can use because it's gone through compliance, and I like it when you use it because it gives us more exposure, right? And it gives you more credibility. So, yeah, go ahead and use it all you want. And the nice thing is, it's already been signed off on, so
Okay.
you
Okay.
don't have to worry about it. So it's really good. Make
So
sure
so the
Amber sees it.
blogs and things like that, we can all use it, even a team.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks a lot, John.
Yep, no problem. Yep, and then I have time for one more. If anybody has one more question, and then we gotta wrap this up and head on out. So,
John, how do you know who has attended your classes or not?
I have a pretty good idea. So I don't have a tracking system per se, but I can kind of, I talk to a lot of team leaders and stuff, and I keep track. I have a better, my fingers on the pulse of this team probably more than people realize. Let's put it that way. I have a lot of communication with a lot of people, so I can kind of tell. And the people I know who have taken it, I'll send the leads down, and they're gonna trickle them down to their teams too. I mean, I'm not gonna send one person 500 leads, and that one person's gonna call 500 leads. I mean, they're gonna trickle them down and trickle them down. But I have a pretty good idea of who's doing what for the most part, and so anyway, like I said, I've got a pretty good finger on the pulse of this team, and I can tell you, when I say 500 leads, I don't know how many leads are going to come in. Like, nobody can say, hey, it's going to be X amount. I don't know how many there will be. I'm just anticipating as we do this. It's going to depend on a couple variables. Number one, how many people are going to search for our network in a day, right? How many people are going to search it? How many people are going to search RevVCard? So as the company grows and grows, more leads will come in, obviously, because more searches, because more people are talking about it. More people are out there. In fact, we had a lead come in last week. Somebody came to us, and it was through our Facebook page, and they contacted the page, and she signed up, and we asked her this. It was a simple question, who referred you? And she didn't know. She said, well, I spoke with somebody about our network about a week ago, and I asked the person to explain it, and they said, well, I can't really explain it to you. I can't really, and they weren't prepared. They didn't know how to explain it, and we didn't know who it was, and she couldn't even remember who it was. And so she came in through our site, and we had her come, we explained it to her, and she signed up. And she signed up her husband and everything, and they're out there working. And so it already kind of happened. Somebody indirectly sent it to us because they mentioned it or whatever, and she just went to Google and she found us. So as that happens more and more, as more exposure in the bank and everything rolls out, the leads can be significant. It can be a lot of leads, and it's just going to grow and grow and keep going. And that's why it's so important to have everybody make sure you're ready to go and work them and do whatever. But the nice thing is, and the leads are qualified in the sense that they've seen, because they can't get to us, they can't get to these forums and stuff until they read stuff. I mean, it's not like I'm not just doing one capture page we're doing all this kind of stuff. So they've read it, they've had a couple hits before they request more information. So they'll at least have something. So when you get the lead, the important thing is getting to the lead quickly. And then I'm going to teach people as the leads come out, I'm going to do more training on just how to convert the lead as far as when you talk to them, hey, you contacted us. Like, for example, when I send the leads out, I'm going to let you know where the lead came from. So this lead came from our website. This lead came from this. This lead came from that. So when you follow up, you know which approach to take with the lead. You know, hey, you contacted us at r-affiliates.com. You contacted us through this page, through that page. So then it gives you a better, because then they actually, and when you send a message to the lead, I do one thing. I would call them, I would text them, and I would email them. I do all three. And in your subject line said, per your request. Here is your information per your request. Because then they know that they requested something. Don't just say, here's your information, or nice to meet you, or here you go, or hola, or whatever. Don't say that. Per your request, your rNetwork information per your request. That kind of stuff, because they're more likely to open it and respond and stuff like that. So we'll kind of go through ways to do it more effectively as those get closer. But the key is really in the follow-up. You got to get to them quickly. Just boom, when you get leads, get to them quickly. Don't sit on them for even a day. Just don't sit on them, because then people will forget and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, well, awesome guys. Hopefully this was beneficial at all. Again, 9 days. I'm counting down the days. I'm way excited. And and our presentation calls and closing calls, they'll start a week from Monday. So I had a meeting with a lot of people that are going to be doing those. So a week from tomorrow, our closing calls, our presentation calls start for this team. So we'll have the calendar up and everything. You guys will be able to see all of that. And yeah, get your prospects on those calls, get them ready, and let's make 2020 a good year. It's, you know, I'm way excited. And the great news is my Rams stunk it up this year. They didn't make the playoffs, so I have no distractions for the next couple of weeks. I can just keep going. Not even 3 hours off on the weekend, because I have no football to watch. So anyway, guys, everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you next time. Thanks.